Husbands, are you leading with understanding or insisting on being right? Welcome back to Couples Journey Blog Series podcast. We're now in part 3 of our series, It's Your Choice. I'm Andrew, your host. Today, Ray speaks candidly about the tension of differing choices, how 1 Peter 3 verse 7 reframes his role, and practical ways husbands can honor their wives and protect their prayers. Here's Ray.
Even after Annie and I committed ourselves to be intentional in our faith journey, in our lives, and our marriage, we still find ourselves making different choices that test our unity. In the first chapter of our book, Couples Journey, Restore, Relearn, Rejoice, we detail the genuine realization we encountered that reveals the wrong choices we made in this life. We share how we reached the point of making radical changes. The weaknesses we mentioned still show traces in our lives today as we move forward in the sanctification process that God is working in us. There are moments when I witness my wife, Annie, displaying stubbornness and pressing forward on choices that are quite far from my preferences. On the other hand, I also observe how she perseveres in seeking God's guidance to address her weaknesses. It's a significant difference to see my wife recognize her weaknesses and faithfully rely on God's power for deliverance. On a practical note, I'd be a hypocrite if I did not admit that when we face indifferent choices, they often lead to heated discussions. Tension is a continuous temptation, particularly when we're faced with difficult circumstances, and it's only through God's grace that we can respond appropriately, or better yet, have the courage to approach our differences with understanding. One particular verse that has strongly struck me and continuously guides me when we encounter indifference is from 1 Peter 3:7. You husbands, in the same way, live with your wives in an understanding way, as with someone weaker, since she is a woman, and show her honor as a fellow heir of the grace of life, so that your prayers will not be hindered. 1 Peter 3:7. When Annie and I deal with indifference, we view it as an opportunity to grow in understanding. Such moments could be God's appointed incidents for us to gain profound insights and improve our perspective, a perspective that leans toward His. It's not natural for a married couple to always make similar choices, much less to be united in making choices that follow God's will and purpose. We all know that obedience to God often requires us to die to our old selves and take steps toward the transformation He is working in us. Regular conversation plays a very important role in our journey of continuously improving our responses. We're grateful for God's words, the examples of Jesus Christ, and the gift of the Holy Spirit that enables us to have conversations that recognize our weaknesses and express our desires to obey God. In the end, it's not about who makes the better choice between the two of us, but rather about working together toward God's choice for us.
Before we close, we want to invite you to engage with us and support the Couples Journey Blog Series podcasts by following this channel, leaving comments, and sharing episodes with your family and friends. You're helping us in our mission to transform marriages today. Your support encourages more couples to seek God's guidance and grow stronger together. Learn more about this movement on thecouplesjourney.org. Thank you for being part of this journey. Together, we can make a difference. Here's the final part of today's episode.
Thanks for listening. Ray's honesty challenges husbands to choose understanding, honor, and prayer over pride, trusting God's sanctifying work in marriage. Come back tomorrow for part 4, where we hear the wife's perspective and balance the conversation. Stay tuned. You'll want to hear how these truths play out from her view.
Are you longing for a deeper, more vibrant marriage rooted in faith? Do you dream of transforming your relationship, not just for today, but for a lifetime? Then you need to discover the Couples Journey series, Restore, Relearn, Rejoice by Ray and Annie Abarca. This powerful 3-book collection begins with an inspiring, real-life memoir of struggles and triumphs, showing God's incredible power to transform lives and marriages. From there, you'll engage with the interactive workbook, filled with practical exercises and the unique Drash method to apply biblical wisdom to your everyday relationship. And finally, solidify your spiritual foundation with the 52-week devotional, designed to cultivate consistent, Christ-centered conversations throughout your year. It's a complete journey, from testimony to application, to a year-long habit of spiritual growth. Ready to start your journey? Find the Couples Journey series now on Amazon, or visit our website for more information at www.couplesjourney.org. Strengthen your bond, deepen your faith, and rejoice in God's design for your love and marriage.